I want to look at some of the statistics comparing Slot and Klopp. Now, again, sample sizes are very, very different, but in so far, incredibly positive for Arne Slot.
Yeah, look, there's a few things with this job that Arne Slot is doing at Liverpool. I think that he went into a very good situation. You got to give credit to Liverpool for that. Players that were already purchased, the style of play was kind of similar, but he has made little adaptations in there as well. And yeah, look, don't get me wrong, you can look at those stats, the build-up from attacks, the shots faced from transitions and so on and so forth. Teams like Liverpool Football Club and here and Manchester United and a lot of the big clubs in the league, it's all based on trophies at the end of the day, and I think that he's got off to a fantastic start.
How surprised are you with Slot's start? Because he's already gotten off to the best start from a top-flight manager in English history across all competitions. 11 wins from 12.
I'm not surprised, because you look at their team. He's come on, he's putting his way on it, and Liverpool are good enough to adapt to what he wants. And he's added that little bit extra, and it's working.
And don't forget their away form, unbeaten. In fact, nothing but wins on the road for them as well. But this, probably their biggest test so far at the Emirates. I want to also discuss Curtis Jones, simply because I was there last week when they beat Chelsea at Anfield. He scored, we had a chance to speak to him. Midweek he was dropped, he's restored to the starting 11. I'm going to press play here. Just tell me, how impressed are you so far with Curtis Jones?
Yeah, might not have been dropped, by the way, might have just been rested.
Might have been rested, it might have been rested, yeah, as simple as that.
I think this game was a real kind of moment for Curtis Jones, I really do. I think he offered everything that you want from a centre midfielder's point of view, the tackling, the breaking the lines and getting forward. He seemed to be a constant threat to that defensive line of Chelsea. And he offers something a little bit different, and I think from a manager's point of view, when he's looking at his midfield, Gravenberch has now got his role. He knows that Endo, if he comes on, does something kind of similar, and then he's got McAllister that's going to be playing today instead of Szoboszlai. There's something happening in that midfield where he's got a lot of people doing the right things, and obviously the goal was the critical moment, and it was just a fantastic day for him. It felt like a coming-of-age moment for Curtis Jones. He's got to continue now.
Yeah, just anything come from a midfielder, you want him to do it week in, week out. And he's shown he's set his standard high, and he has to keep doing that every week.
It also feels like he's been revitalised by the new manager, by Arne Slot.
Yeah, well, that sometimes it happens. A manager comes in, gives you an opportunity, and Curtis is taking it at the moment, and he just got to keep taking it every time he gets that chance.
It's trust. I think it's trust sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, we've had managers before where you're not sure as a player. You're just like, does he like me? Does he not? He's asking me to do certain things that I'm not 100% comfortable with. And I think when you get that manager that just gives you that 100% confidence to a point where he kind of says, look, McAllister's not playing, Szoboszlai's not playing, we're going to play an academy graduate because I believe in you and I trust in you. It just kind of like just raises your levels a little bit, and you go out there and you feel like the man. And that's how you have to be in centre midfield, and that's what he did last week.
And that's important for fans as well, that connection. Having a connection to someone that's come through the academy, a local boy.
Definitely, and when he scores, he'll get a louder roar than most players because he's one of their own. And it's massive, and I just hope he continues doing what he's been doing.
Final question before we go for a break. How different do Liverpool look at Anfield versus on the road, under Slot?
No, look, I think it's reasonably similar, to be honest with you. I don't think we're seeing that kind of high-flying, pressing style that Jurgen Klopp had. They pick their moments much more. If anything, I think they look a little bit more secure. If you remember last year, they had some defensive issues, and I think that they've looked like they're sorting that out. Even the performance from Trent Alexander-Arnold last week, something completely different, but obviously shows that they have different ways of playing. I think it's very similar, which is why the results have been very similar. It's a lot of wins.
Just slight tweaks, I guess.
Yeah, I think they look a lot more controlled this year. And I think it's showing off in their games what they conceded. 3 goals this year. And no, hats off to them. They're doing a great job at the minute.
Unbelievable defensive record.